I just posted a video and it got 1 million views in one day, and I'm going to show you step by step. Like, I'm basically going to show you the video. It's going to be here, right? I'm going to show you the video that got 1 million views, and I'm going to break down the video and the mindset I had leading up to actually posting it, and how I found the clip and my process of doing that. If you are new to the channel, basically every week I will do something like this where I'll go through a viral video that I've done or I've posted, and I'll just break it down, why it went viral, and hopefully you get more views on your videos as well, and maybe just get more traffic towards whatever your lead magnet is, right? But the intention is just to break down my mindset with actually choosing the clip and the recording process of the clip, and then of course the clip itself, right? And just making you see the full process around it, right? So I'm just recording my screen now, so you should be able to see it up here. And yeah, this is my Instagram now. I've got a lot of followers as well from this video. There's one thing I made a mistake with as well, which I'm going to share with you at the end of this video as well. So just keep watching. Feel free to subscribe so that you can actually get more videos like this. Just give me feedback as well, man. Just let me know, like, yeah, bro, I liked what you did there. Can you do that? Can you do more of that? And I'll just do more of it. If you don't say that, I just won't do more of it. I'll just kind of say, you know, no one wants this, right? So I'm at the stage of my journey at the moment on my page where I'm just trying to see what people want more of. And the more feedback I get, the more I do the things that you told me to do, right? So let's jump into the video. This is going to be the first video. I've got many videos, as you can see there. I've got 3, 4, I think I've got about 5 that are over 1 million views on my page. So I'm going to go through all of these for sure. But this one, yeah, is literally just in one day, 1 million views. So it's ridiculous. So yeah, let's just jump into this one first.
But you're the first person that I've spoken to who has said that their depression was linked to their ADHD. Can you explain to me the link and how that sort of manifests?
I didn't understand it, but as I understand ADHD now, what fundamentally happened in my brain, and I guess it'll happen to some people as well, is I would have an inability to choose where to place my focus, right? One of the things. I would either be hyper-focused by something that I shouldn't, or I would have no focus for the thing that I should. I could be having a conversation with you here, and let's say there was a car outside revving its engine. At some point, that's all I'd be able to think about, even though you're speaking to me. That's all. Who's revving this engine? Who's driving this car? What is going on out there? What kind of car is that? Sounds like a V6. Is that a truck? What are they? Something wrong? No, it's. And now you'd be talking, and then at the end of the sentence, I'll just hear the last 3 words you said, and then I'll try and put it all together and act like I was paying attention. But what my brain was also doing in that paying attention thing was it was focusing on a recurring thought or a recurring idea that I couldn't let go of. And that's sometimes where the depression would kick in, is that I would be perpetually stuck in a loop of either meaninglessness or what I like to call personally, it's like my zoom was stuck on my lens. You know, and I think the way you see life is literally like a lens. I shouldn't have done that with my hands in a video. That's going to be...
We can Photoshop.
It's going to meme that. But anyway, I think of a lens, right? And what you're doing with a lens all the time when you're getting focused and when you're zooming is you're trying to place your focus on the object that you're trying to place it on. If you zoom out too wide, you can't see the object. If you zoom in too much, you also can't see the object. You've got to find the right zoom that we're now looking at a cup. If you zoom in too much, you just go like, I'm looking at silver, I'm looking at a color. You zoom out too much, you can't even see that we're in this room. I'm looking at people, you're like, no, there's a cup, oh, I didn't see it. And so what was happening in my brain was I would get stuck in a zoom and I would just loop. So sometimes it would be me going, that was an interesting day at work. I go to work tomorrow. Then I go to work the next day. Then the next day, and then the next day. Then there's a weekend, but then I'm back at work. Then wait a minute. It's just weeks and weekends forever. It just keeps on going. And then one day you're like, you're 90 and then you're dead. And wait, why am I going to work tomorrow? What's the point of, what is happening here? This makes absolutely no sense. And then I'll just sit there and I couldn't get that out of my head. I literally could not get that thought out of my head. And I would just sit there like, what is the point of this? What are we doing? Couldn't get it out of my head.
And how does that feel when you can't get that out of your head? What is the feeling?
For me, it felt like life was meaningless. The concept of it was meaningless. I was like, we're a blip. What are we doing here? All of this means nothing. All of this is pointless.
Is that an exact example of something that would make
Yeah,
you
no, this is an exact example.
That's
This is something that would get stuck in my head because I didn't know with ADHD that I was hyper focusing on this thing in the same way that I could hyper focus on learning about, I don't know, a discipline, industrial design or artificial intelligence. I would just, you know what I'm talking about with that. I'd get hyper focused and then I'd learn everything about it and I'd read every book and I'd talk to every person I could and I would watch everything and all of a sudden in like 3 months you'd meet me and I'd go like, yep, I've read that book, I've read that book, I've read that book, and I'm obsessed with this thing. And then one day it just disappears. Now that's fine for like learning, let's say, but it would be terrible for an idea of like sadness or an idea of feeling like life is going nowhere.
Right, so I watched that like it was the first time. So it's a massive video, and let's just be honest, like it's something that a lot of people can relate to, right? Everything he said, I can relate to, and there's millions of people on this earth who can relate to what he said. How many people actually say it in public though, right? So there is a lot of factors to why this blew up, but it's a lot to do with the relatability. And that's where I want to talk about in this video, and I want to break down these videos, is that when people want to go viral and they keep emphasizing the importance of them wanting to go viral, what they're not understanding is that the only reason why a video goes viral is because of the relatability of the video. If it's relatable enough, people will share it. Like, if that was relatable enough to someone in your life, you could say, do you know what, man, like, I know if I send this to someone, they're gonna, this is gonna give me some brownie points, man. Like, this person's gonna think, what, like, how did you come across this amazing video? Like, and I'm gonna just share with you like a lot of the reasons why the video went viral. So one of the reasons is that people shared it to either their story on TikTok, or they done a duet where they were side by side with it and listening to it as it was playing. There was a lot of that happened on this video, and there's also just people sharing it maybe to, you know, through WhatsApp, or just sharing it to wherever they share, you know, these TikTok videos. So TikTok has automatically said, what the hell's going on with this video that people are sharing it so much? This is a banger, right? And it's getting people onto the platform, right? So I think within the first hour, I think I had 1,000 shares, if I remember. In the first hour, 1,000 shares. Guys, 1,000 shares in 1 hour. So it's the share button. When you create a video, you need to think about if it's shareable. And the only way it's going to be shareable is if it's relatable. If you're there talking about yourself the whole time and like me, and this, that, and the other, people are not going to share that with other people, because who's interested in that? Someone just talking about themselves and things that are irrelevant to their life. Like, it doesn't serve them in any way, it doesn't help them in any way, right? What this done, to people that watched the video, is it gave them an emotional connection to what he was talking about. He was talking about something that they could relate to. So they've done 2 actions in some cases, like, in fact, 3 actions. Almost most of the people who shared this video was highly likely people who watched the whole video, then they rewatched it because they were trying to share, or they rewatched it because they're in the comments writing how they felt after watching it. So if people are doing that, it's going to hit 1 million views, man. So there's a lot of things that I know people are probably thinking when it comes to like me saying like, oh, I've got a video that went 1 million views. It's like, but you were in the video though. It was Trevor. Trevor was the one that was the reason why people watched it, right? The reason why they watched it is because of the relatability, right? If I done a video with that same format and I really touched on the topic like he did, and I framed it exactly how he framed it, right, it would have done well as well, right? It's not that it's only because it's Trevor. Trevor makes a massive impact on it. Why? Because if you look here, you better see that in the top of the search part of this video, it says Trevor Noah ADHD. So they've categorized it already. So anyone who types in Trevor Noah ADHD, because they want to see a video around him talking about ADHD, because he's really good at just explaining the experience of it, they've come across my video. And if I even go into there now, if I just press search,
well, I think
mine's
over the
third.
years, what I've come to learn, thanks to some great
So
therapists.
let me just mute that. So the first video, ADHDers, yeah? When someone types in Trevor Noah ADHD. The second one, Sasha. The third one is the video I posted yesterday. So that's why it's gone viral, because TikTok's just said this is a banger, it's keeping people on the platform, right? And what could I learn from this? Personal brand wise, okay, Mike, but how about, why don't you put yourself in the videos then? Like, why don't you do that? Like, you're just using clips. I know that's the majority of the conversation in people's head, right, around this. Why is this still important to me? Because my page is called ADH Dizzle School. It's not called Mike, yeah? It's called ADH Dizzle School. So anything to do with ADHD and managing the traits and identifying them, I share. That could be a clip. That could be my personal experience. It could be a skit. It could be someone else who's a content creator that I relate to and I want to share their work on my page. It's a whole bunch of different formats that could be shared on this page, right? Some people just stick with one format. They just say, you know, I'm just going to do podcast clips and that's it. I'm not going to show my face, nothing. For me, I want to show my face. I want people to see who's behind it all, right? Who's behind the clipping of this video, and why did I choose this video, and what's my process for recording these videos? I screen grabbed, guys. Like, it's not, you don't need all this fancy software. Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just going to download the podcast into this software and then start doing some advanced editing. Guys, I screen recorded the screen. When I was watching the podcast, I was like, this part resonates. I grabbed the part that resonated the most with me, and there's 3 clips, so there's one more that I need to post about from that podcast. There's a lot more, but there's 3 that I've done screen grabs of. So the third one I'm going to post later today. Now, when I screen grabbed it, I brought it into CapCut, and in CapCut, I just chose which part can this video start with that's really going to make people know what they expect when watching. So the hook in this was really good because you of course had Stephen introducing the topic. So he's introducing the topic about ADHD and the link between ADHD and depression. Anyone who wants to hear about that is going to stay tuned, yeah? So that's why I chose that specific part to start with. Someone else might have chosen another bit. Maybe they've just gone straight into what Trevor just said immediately. My decision making was that I wanted them to know what Trevor was being asked around ADHD, and then you get to hear, okay, here's his response to it. And this is a fresh new podcast, so there's a lot of people that didn't get to hear that perspective, right? They've seen other maybe interviews with him, but they've not seen this. So then they're hearing him, and he's doing a breakdown. So people are literally picturing themselves, and when he's talking about this stuff, they literally see it in themselves. And that's what happened to me when I was watching it. And that experience was just making me feel that I'm having this experience of watching it, and I'm really just at awe of what he's just said. The only difference that has happened to me than any other person that watched that clip and actually watched that podcast as well is that I screen grabbed. And that screen grab didn't take too long because I was already watching the clip as it is. And like, you just need to think that instead of doing all this like tedious process, like my process is I want to watch something that is really interesting, and when something resonates, I screen grab it. When I screen grab it, I bring it straight into CapCut, and I tell CapCut to just cut out the ums and the ahs, cut out all the gaps. And with this clip that I've taken, I want you to add the captions, and then add the captions. I add my colour that I want my text to be and what type of text I want it to look like. And then I think of a title, and the title that I want has to be very clearly what the video is about. It's very clear. The link between ADHD and depression. You see that, you hear him saying it, and then you get the response from Trevor. If you do not care about that topic, you would have scrolled. But if you care about that topic, you will stay and you will listen to what he had to say. It didn't matter how long the video was. The video was like 3 minutes long, man. People love talking about, TikTok's, the attention span, and it got 1 million views in a day, guys, and it was more than a minute. Like, guys, stop this. Yeah, stop all this overthinking. Like, guys, I didn't care how long the clip was. I just knew when I heard that clip, when I heard that portion of the interview, I was like, I want other people to hear that portion of the interview. Not, I heard that portion of the interview, I'm going to get 1 million views tomorrow. I didn't see it as that, yeah? I didn't even think it was going to make that much views. Like, the previous video from the same podcast, the previous video that I posted the day before, I think it's at about 6k views. And I was happy with that range. I was like, yeah, I'm going to post this one. I think it'll get about the same. Got 1 million views, man. Guys. And it was longer than the first one that I sent before. So the thing for me is that I'm going to break these videos down as best as I can, and I'm going to leave room. I'm going to leave a lot of room open for people to ask me questions so that I can dive in further, so that we could really have a dialogue with this. And I want the channel to grow in that way. Like, I want it to be more of a, I can tell you every single element, but I want to hear more about, with what I've just said to you guys, what have you got from this so far? Like, what's the thing that's there for you now that you want to question about? Like I want you to put that in the comments. Like, I want you to literally tell me how to further this conversation with this whole TikTok platform and the potential that it has for your growth. One thing I said to you at the beginning of the video is that I made a mistake here, yeah? And the reason why I felt like this is a big mistake is because on Instagram I did this, but I didn't do it on TikTok. And the difference between Instagram and TikTok is just how responsive people are to what you say in a caption and the action that they take after that. On TikTok, when a video goes that viral, there's 2 things you need to do. One, you need to have a call to action that just lets them know what they can get in the link in the bio by furthering the conversation of what was on that video, right? So to further the conversation, he was talking a lot about hyperfocus, right? And I'm an ADHD performance coach, so I help people to use their hyperfocus in a way that helps them to get really good results in whatever they want to get results in, right? It might be, getting more money in their business, scaling their business. It might be just to be more productive. It just might be just to do with just peace of mind. I don't know, like they're going to have their own reasons, right? But I just help them to tap into what's the most important thing to focus on, and then using your hyperfocus trait, which is a superpower if you use it in that way, to get extremely good results. And that's what I've been doing since I've been diagnosed. I've just been really very, very obsessive about the information that I'm receiving about hyperfocus and all these other traits and how to manage my traits better and everything. And we're hitting 60k on TikTok now, almost 15k on Instagram in a matter of a couple of months or a few months. I've got over 300 people in my private community. Like, there's just a lot happening that is all to do with how I'm navigating with these traits. And before I was diagnosed, I was still getting lots of followers and I was still doing that stuff, but I was doing it in a way that wasn't healthy. It was very fixed on the metrics, like that's got 1 million views in a day, and I'm not like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going viral. I'm not like here, like yeah. Like before, there'd have been a different response to it, right? The response now is just like, oh, okay, we reached 1 million people, cool. Right? I'm not sitting there checking notifications all day, right? But it was a shock for me when I saw it hit 1 million so quickly. But I'm not in TikTok like that so much. Before, I'd have literally every time just seeing like, okay, it's at 250, okay, oh, that's at 500, okay. And I spent my whole day doing that. Now, I ain't got time for that. I've got onboarding calls I need to do, I've got client calls, I've got coaching calls, all these things that are a part of my day that I can't be sitting there looking at how well a video is performing or not, right? But I do want to help people to manage the way that they deal with social media as well. So if you're a content creator, I want to help you with how you stop doom scrolling and use your time more wisely, and how you share what you share on social media to help you to get traffic to the thing that you really want them to see. I want people to really see what my private community is about, because that's where all my resources are, that's where all my tips are, that's where the community of like-minded people are, and they exchange ideas with each other. That's where the accountability calls are, that's where my coaching calls are, that's where my course is. Like, it's just like, that's the mission, right? So everything that I do is bearing my community in mind. My community comes first in mind. Like, so yeah, like when I wanted to do this video, I asked my community if they want me to do a breakdown video, a post, or a course related to this topic, and they said they want a breakdown video. So I'm doing a breakdown video. It just happens to be that YouTube's going to be able to see this, like people from YouTube are going to get to see this, and I'm just going to use this link and I'm going to paste it into my community. If every single person from my community watches this, and that is all, I'm happy with that. If 1 or 2 people watch it from my community, I'm happy with that. Done my job. I've done my job. I answered their query, I did it, I've done a video, done. It might reach loads of people on YouTube because they might like the thumbnail, they might like the topic. We don't know. Let's just see, right? But my whole stance with this is that I want to give people what they want. This is what my community wants. So I'm doing a video like this. Is it perfect? No. There's a lot of things I can improve. Could have been a better structure to the video, like details of showing you what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to break down. There could have been some editing involved. You know, it could have been a bit more cleaner, but I'm not at that stage right now. I'm at the stage now just giving information that's going to provide value for you. It has to be shareable and it has to be relatable. If it's not relatable, it won't be shareable, because no one's going to share crap. No one wants to tarnish their reputation sharing crap. They're going to share stuff that makes them look good. Look at this amazing video I watched. Look at this funny GIF that I come across. Look at this funny meme that I came across on Instagram and TikTok. And look at this cool video talking about this from YouTube. And guess what, man? Like, you know, I remember you was talking about this and I thought of you, so I sent it to you. Like, that's what drives a video to go bang, right? So we don't know how far this video is going to go, but the big mistake I didn't tell you about, the big mistake I made is that I didn't have a call to action in that TikTok video. So out of the 1 million people that saw it and saw the caption, if they just saw that in the link in my bio, I have a free community that just touches on how to use hyperfocus as a superpower, there could have been a lot of conversion there. I don't know how many people could have come to my community for that. So yeah, I've added it now, but maybe it's too late, I don't know. But in future, it's just about me making sure that I optimize for people to have a call to action on TikTok as well, because often I don't do that because of just how tedious it is to, like with Instagram, I could use automation. So I could say, oh, use this keyword and I'll send you a DM link to my free community, or I could send you a link to my free resource, and then they're better to do the automation and then they'll see the link. And but on TikTok, it's not really like that. On TikTok, you have to kind of say link in bio, and I don't feel even like you saying that in the description. So in the end, people just don't use it, and you have to find ways to be able to just like direct them there without it looking like get off the platform, because they don't want people off the platform, right? And maybe it went viral because of that as well. Like maybe if it had link in bio in the description, maybe it would have blown up. I don't know. Like we're never going to know, right? But I've added the call to action now, link in bio. We just see if that helps the conversion for TikTok alone itself. Because for a million view video, I mean, if 10% of people just took action to do something, can you imagine? Like, so this has potential to get more and more and more. So who knows? Like what I've added in the description now might help now as this video continues to grow. But don't make the same mistake I did, man. Like, you don't know what video is going to blow up, and if you didn't have the right call to action in there, you could have lost out on a lot of people joining your lead magnet or whatever it is that you're trying to drive traffic to. So don't know if there's anything else I want to discuss. There is the hashtags, and there is also, let me go to,
I'm looking at a cup. If you zoom in too much, you just go
right,
back.
I
I'm
want to
looking
turn
at
this down. I want to go into the data at the back. 1.4 million views, guys. 98k likes. Can you imagine if 10% of these people just went to the link in the bio and joined? It's like, don't make this mistake, guys. 24,000 shares, guys. 24,000 shares. I gained just over 4,000 followers from this post. So right now, I need to be going live, I need to be doing stories, and I just need to be giving them call to actions. So this is what's going to make the difference. Watch time 5%. That is pretty good for a 3-minute plus video, man. So yeah. Yeah, man, any questions, just let me know. I'm leaving it open so there's questions that I can answer, and the next video I'm going to do is going to be another one of my videos that went crazy as well. I'm going to talk about, I did want to talk about my experience with hyperfocus and things as well. I don't know how do you want me to just talk about the video itself, or do you want me to do a story around it? Maybe there could be a part 2 of this. So like, I'll just get your feedback in the comments, and then I'll just use that to do a part 2. And maybe I could just really dive into what he said and how it relates to me, and whatever the feedback is, I'll just go based on that. But again, I'm not really expecting too much from this video, man, because yeah, unless the thumbnail really makes people click, this ain't really gonna go far. And yeah, I feel I have an idea for the thumbnail, but I just, yeah, we just can't guarantee where it's gonna go. But that's it, guys. 27 minutes, guys. You know what I just did there? This is a classic example for me. Like, this is a really classic example for me, and I'm going to talk about this on this channel. Time blindness. For me, this was not 27 minutes. This video was not 27 minutes in my opinion. Like, it just didn't register as, yeah, I've just been on this for about 25 minutes. It doesn't feel like that. But I look and I'm like, how did I do 25 minutes of just talking, yeah, about this? It's crazy. It just doesn't make sense to me. Up to this day, it still doesn't make sense to me. And it's going to be a topic I'm really going to be diving into on this page. So if you are interested in hearing more about my thoughts on time blindness, and I'll probably use the next video. The video that is the other video that went viral is to do time blindness, so maybe I'll make that the next video that I'll do the breakdown for. Yeah, man, just give me feedback, guys, man. Feedback's the only way that this channel's going to get better. It's going to come out of the 2-figure numbers. Like, I've not reached you know, like 100 views yet or anything like that on the long form. On the short form I have, but the long form no. So yeah, just trying to improve the channel, man. But yeah, I'll do this every week, so I'll see you next Wednesday, and I'll do another video breaking down one of the videos that went viral on my page, and we can discuss you know, a bit more in detail about my thought process around it, my thoughts on that topic as well, and so on and so forth. Anyway, take it easy. Peace.